Hey everyone, it's Peter here with another GoodieReader.com reading comparison video. It's a battle of the Z's today, or the Z's for you Canadians. We have on the right the Sony Xperia Z2. On the left we have the Blackberry Z10. What we're going to do is look at the ebook experience and then the PDF experience. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't open any EPUB books on the Z10 because it does not handle EPUBs right off the bat with any of the pre-installed programs. So fortunately we couldn't do that. Now on the Kindle, on the Z2 we have Google Play Books open because this is the preloaded app that we wanted to show. We didn't want to show outside apps as much as we could. We have Aldico on this, unfortunately, because we wanted to show what these things can do natively right out of the box without putting any other apps in, because then it would just be what can this app do and what can this app do. There are Android apps and Blackberry apps out there that can do a better job, but this is what it will look like out of the box. So we have page turns. Get a little bit of an animation here. It's a kind of a page curl, whereas this is a scroll. We have long presses. Long presses do many things like define words. You can also make notes and highlights. You drag that and make a gigantic highlight. Start typing a note. Hello. Save that. You can also translate on Google Books. So what you can do is take a big body of text, translate, and we've successfully translated this book from English to Zulu, which is really awesome because if you have another language under your belt and you don't speak English, you can actually translate any book you want to any language of your choice. This really opens everything up, so you shouldn't really feel bound by language barriers. Other than that, we have, oh, that's chapters, sorry. We have display options. This will give you various ways to display your book. I don't want to tinker around too much here because everything you do sometimes wipes away the menu here. You'll see in a sec. Yeah, so even if you wanted to increase the text by 1 point, it just wipes it away. Needless to say, it is the standard text augmentation. You can do themes, day, night, sepia. You can do the typefaces, which is the fonts, the text alignments, which is the margins. You can adjust the brightness, the spacing in between the lines, and the line sizes. On the Z10, it's a much smaller screen, very difficult to read, so you want to change that. So we're going to choose the text button and increase the text. Hopefully Aldico, yeah, it does, it changes live. You also have margins, orientation, brightness, and so forth. Now both of these, remember, do have gyroscopes, so there won't be any issue with changing it from landscape to portrait and back and forth. If you long press, you can do things like highlight, make notes. Oh, so we need the premium version. See, that's why I didn't want to put any kind of outside apps, but we didn't have a choice because we can't show the reading experience on a Z10 without doing this. But either way, you do have ways to, if you have the full version of any particular app, you can do things like notes and highlights and share to Facebook and Twitter, search in book, copy paste text. A lot of that you can do on most e-reading apps out there, but we just wanted to show you what this looks like to read on it. These are what these two are going to look like if you were to open a book up on them. Now we're going to look at a PDF. We have a science PDF. We're going to look at both of these side by side. This is good because this automatically opens with Adobe, which is really cool because it's preloaded on here, and this is Office Suite. So we're going to go to the same page. There we go. Now the Adobe on the Z10 scrolls up and down, whereas the Office Suite goes left and right. But you can do pinch and zooms. They both look very nice. The Z2 is a little bit more of a recent phone, so it will look a lot better. We're actually here, you know what? I'll give you guys a second to look at these atoms. Just side by side so you get an idea. So what else can we do here? can't really do any long presses or anything because, well, you can, but it doesn't do a note or highlight like you'd expect. It just initiates this kind of zoom. So can't really do much with that. There's certain things you can do here, like file. You can save as, print, close. You can comment, put a little sticky note, tap a sticky note right here. Yo. And now your sticky note is right there. Battery low. Oh no. So pretty bare bones on the Z2 by default. This is, of course, once again, you can download any Android app you want on here and, you know, go ahead, have fun, put whatever app you want, and, you know, it'll probably do a lot more than Office Suite. On the Z10, you can pinch and zoom, of course. You can make notes and highlights, tap where you want to add your note. That is my name, save. So there's a note there, sticky note, much like Office Suite. I should have adjusted the timeout on this. I'm gonna have to periodically tap it, but no problem. We can do highlight. So I've highlighted that. Boom, you can highlight, paint, change color, all that kind of stuff. Text strikeout, you can strike out some text. Text underline, drag over the text to underline, boom. What is this, text? Oh, type, yeah. So, Peter, save. Oh, look at that, Peter. It's right there. And you also have handwrite, draw and touch your finger to the screen. Wow, look at that, look at that. So yeah, I mean, you can do a lot more by default on the Z10 with a PDF than you can on the Z2. So to sum up, the reading experience is better on the Z2 because you can actually read books, whereas on the Z10, by default, if you were to just sideload a book EPUB into this device, it won't read. You'd have to do PDF or TXT formats. So I would say the reading experience in terms of the books go to the Z2. The Z10 does a lot better with PDFs. Look at all the different things you can do by default without sideloading any other outside app, whereas you can't do much on this. And this has a bigger screen. I'm sorry, but this has a bigger screen. So it's a toss-up, but of course, these both run Android now, even though this is Blackberry. You can download Android apps and put them on the Z10 directly. So anything's possible. This is just the default look of if you crack these two out of the box, this is what you get. For another reading comparison, this is Peter from GoodReader.com. Please let us know in the comments down below if we missed anything, and everyone, wherever you are in the world, have a great day.
To your BlackBerry 10 device. And the ability to install Android files is actually something rather new with BlackBerry, which suddenly makes it a viable device because you don't have to rely on BlackBerry World for your apps. You can actually install apps directly from the GoodReader App Store. Now we have Snapchat on the BlackBerry phone. And in the link to this video, we'll have a direct link to download Snapchat, as well as a link to our app store. Now, we downloaded this from the web-based client, but you can actually